if I was to choose an ambassador for the Moravian wine region in Eastern Czech Republic, this would be it. It's an ice wine from Riesling, 2009.
Wow.
Shall we try it together?
Yeah, sure.
I'm
absolutely.
really curious to get your opinion. So.
Well, that's very concentrated.
It just
Already from the nose. So
jumps out of the glass, doesn't it?
has the typical acidity for an ice wine because you get the concentration, not only from the sugar, you get also concentration of acidity if you freeze the grapes.
Yeah.
Basically, it concentrates everything. And so and that is what is usually typical for ice wine is this kind of very pronounced acidity in the ice wine. And which makes it very pure. Because usually with ice wine you don't have botrytis, noble rot. You have the healthy grapes which you concentrate by freezing them, and that is that you smell. It is if you have botrytis, you have rather the honeyed aromas. But with ice wine you rarely have the honeyed aromas. You have more this kind of pure, a little bit sometimes a little bit of grapefruit. That is very very typical for ice wine. What we see also here, a little bit of grapefruit aromas.
Would you describe that as like this sweet and sour sensation in your mouth? Yeah,
that makes it. That makes it. Yeah, exactly. That is like grapefruit. It has this sweet sour.
Almost battle. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a battle between the acidity and the sweetness, but it's very 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 typical. Lucky enough, nowadays it's getting more and more difficult to make ice wine.
Sure.
Because it is in the old days we nearly had every year a frost until Christmas. But nowadays it's getting more difficult, So sometimes we succeed, sometimes we don't succeed anymore. I don't know how it is in your country. I mean, is it?
It's getting less
also,
and less.
It's also more difficult, It's,
and when was the last?
That's the handicap of the global warming.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. It's a beautiful wine. Yeah? If you had to pair food with this wine, what would you pair it with?
It's definitely for me a kind of a dessert wine. It's a dessert wine with kind of Apfelstrudel, because you have the apple, which is this freshness of the apple, and say with a vanilla sauce. I think ice wine works very well with all kind of desserts which are based on fruits, because you have the acidity as you have it with the fruits, it gives a good combination. But there's a very very famous old-fashioned traditional dessert in France, which is pear Helene. So you have a pear which you gratine on Roquefort cheese. So you have the pear fruit with the Roquefort cheese which you gratine in the oven, and that I can imagine is also very nice with it because you have the saltiness of the Roquefort cheese, but the sweetness of the pear and the freshness of the pear. I think that could work very well with it.